Hello, how are you doing? Can you hear me all right? Hello, Service. How you doing? How's your day? How's your guys' day going? Loud and clear. Hey, what's up, Vamp? How you doing? Hopefully, we have a much more busier day than last week. I think I gave everyone like a good 2 to 3 hour notice, so. I'm doing, doing all right. Service. It's kind of a slow day. I wasn't sent any really good ideas for videos, so like on the last 3 days, I've just been just letting the channel do its thing. Hey, what's up, Daniel? And you just woke up from your notification? Oh, well, I'm glad it woke you up. Or I apologize if I woke you up if you were enjoying a nice nap. Hmm. Damn, sorry, Jackie boy, to hear that. Hey, what's up, Sean? Ed May Boom. Alright. Okay, yeah, we already have a much busier day than last week already, so. Alright, well, go ahead and start throwing your questions out. It's really been really a slow day, so hopefully going into the first week of, I want to say, July, I'll have a couple ideas. And I'm fairly confident if things keep going the way they're going, he's going to hit 90,000 maybe in the next 3 to 4 months. So a little bit ahead of schedule because we still have 6 more months for the year to go. And that'll give me a head start into 90,000, and that'll give me a good head start going towards 100,000. So I'm pretty confident I'm actually going to hit my overall channel goal of 100K next year, which will mark 13 years on the channel. So that's pretty cool. And which will mean I'll have to start finishing the last number of Versus Series matches for Season 7. Because 4 of them are already done, script-wise. And the last 3, 2, I'm working on trying to figure out when I have time to research them. And then the very, very last matchup I have planned up is by far the most complex matchup I've ever put together because it's one of a kind. And surprisingly, no one on the internet's attempted it, so that makes me feel good. It's okay, Vamp. Did I hear rumors that Sony might be making PlayStation 3 games backwards compatible with PlayStation 5? I'm not sure if I heard something like that, but I don't think it's I don't know if exactly they're going to be able to make PlayStation 3 games backwards compatible. I think what they're doing is they're transferring a lot of the library. But if they are attempting to make it so that the discs for PlayStation 3 can work on a PlayStation 5, that would be absolutely phenomenal. If there's a link to that, just send it to me and I'll be sure to check that out. But I did see something like that. It's just that there's a number of great games that are stuck on the PlayStation 3, and I think they're gonna try to bring them over. But they have like a membership that allows you to get access to some of them. But I think we're seeing more and more PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 games being able to be playable on the PlayStation 5. But I'm not sure if they meant the discs. Darkness falls across the land, midnight hour. Yeah, good Michael Jackson song. He passed away 15 years yesterday. Very, very sad. Well, I think. Let's say it's 20. Yeah, that would have been yesterday, 15 years ago. Very, very sad day. React to Bruce Lee's lightsabers. You're talking about the video where he's using the nunchucks and they're all yellow? Yeah, I've seen that video before. That's an old one, but, React to Movie 43 rant. Oh, did you just watch that? Because I'm never watching that again. You know why. Yeah, don't worry, Daniel. I'm pretty sure we can do that by next year. I think I'll get to 90 in 3 months, possibly 4, and then give me a head start. So 2025 is going to have to be a really, really big year. And I think having a Versus Series year might be the boost it needs. What was my favorite action set piece from Revenge of the Sith? Well, I could just go with the Battle of Heroes at the end, but I will say that the opening Battle of Coruscant at the very beginning. That's probably my favorite opening of any Star Wars film. So that's kind of a two-part answer. Hype to what I'm working on? Yeah. What's up, James? How you doing? Do a video on why Metal Gear Solid Delta is the best game you'll never play. I don't. But that's the thing. I don't think it will be. I can't make a video like that. Because I don't think the problem is that it's changed so much. It's not gonna feel like Metal Gear Solid 3, even if it gives it the ability to play in the old classic controls. I won't want to play that. So that's not a video that I'm interested in making, because I'm simply not gonna play it, because I know, to me, it's gonna be an inferior game. Like, the fact that they've changed everything. They're changing the controls. They're changing how the game looks. Those elements made the original game what it is. Once you start changing that, even if you think it's better, it makes it worse for me. A 10 out of 10 is the way, I think I explained this 2 weeks ago. The reason a 10 out of 10 is so hard is because it is a game that is perfect exactly the way it is. Meaning you don't have to improve anything in any department. And once you start doing that, even if on a technical level it is better, it's inferior to me because you've taken those elements that made a 10 out of 10 what it is away. Even if you mean to improve it. You don't have to improve it. That's why 10 out of 10s are really, really difficult for me to give, because it means that this game is absolutely perfect in the condition that it's in. Even the game's flaws, I like those flaws in that game. So even when you take the flaws out, you make it an imperfect game, even though it's a perfect game with its problems. Like, even if there's glitches, even if there's, like, terrible controls, the fact that I like those elements in that game, and I prefer it that way, is what makes it a 10 out of 10. And that's why a 10 out of 10 that's the key element that separates a 9.5 from a 10. So I don't think I would talk about that. And heck, I know people are going to have fun with that game, and I'm glad they're going to have fun with that game. Yeah, Jackie boy, let's not bring that up. How do I deal with all the smokers in Vegas? Believe it or not, I don't. Well, for one, I don't go to places where there's a lot of smoking. I mean, I work in 2 different casinos, and there is smoking, but the primary area I stick in doesn't have any smoking. So, like, at my arcade job, there's no smoking, there's no vaping. At my bowling job, I work in the back, so I don't have to deal with vapors and smoking. And even when I go out, like, if I go to my gamer bar that I'll be going to in like 3 hours, they don't allow smoking or vaping in there either. So I typically don't have to deal with all the smokers and vapors. So, yeah. Next month will be 7 years since Chester and Bennington's death. Yeah, I know. Unfortunate, but maybe we all saw this coming, or heard this coming. I feel like Metal Gear Solid Delta will be the next RE remake. Look, people like the RE remake, and that's fine. But heck, it's a game for me that never needed a remake. Some people wanted it, and that's perfectly fine, and they love it. That's perfectly fine. I don't need to play it because there's already a better version of the game out that's been out for 20 years. So I don't need to play it. You just finished Dragon Ball Z, and I'm on to Super. Well, I hope you're having fun with it. Can I whistle? Yes, I can whistle. I just can't whistle. I can't whistle like that or like that, which is funny because that's something that Titus and you know how to do, but I know how to traditionally whistle. So, yes. This November marks the 20th anniversary. Yeah, I know, which is why I'm getting that poster signed by David Hayter next month when I go to MGS Con, and he's going to be there. And Lori Allen's also going to be there, who signed that poster last year. So I'm going to get a picture with me, with the boss, and Big Boss, and that's going to be awesome. So I'm very looking forward to that next month. Yeah, I'm making my trip's only like 25 days away. Started a game called Scarlet Nexus, having a lot of fun with it. Well, I've never heard of it, but I'm glad you're having fun. Describe Inception in 2 words. Sean. 2 words, Inception. Favorite movie. Simple. This may sound frighteningly funny to you, but would you use a flamethrower to somehow extinguish a colossus swarm of grasshoppers and crickets? I understand that concept. I guess it could work in theory, but I would want to funnel them through a certain passage. I wouldn't want them all around me. I'd need them coming in a focused direction, like a hallway or one focused direction. Then I think something like that would work very effectively. Sean, what? I swear, how you guys write sentences is starting to scare me because I've seen like tons of videos of like this latest generation. You got like 6, 7, 8 graders that don't know how to make like structured sentences or they don't know how to write in cursive, and that scares the hell out of me. But like. So I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying I'm seeing that more and more often these days. Like even when I see people like sending comments, they don't know how to make comments that are constructed and make sense. So I have to guess what the meaning of their sentences. But Sean, you're saying what you do if you lived in world of God of War. I think what you mean to say is what would you do if I lived in the world of God of War? You see how that sounds? How I understand that. I would just try to live a quiet life and not get involved with anything. I just live quietly in the woods like Kratos is and just not get involved. I refuse to believe people saying that they want a Resident Evil 4 remake before it was announced. I don't know if people were. I mean, people typically take old games and remake them. So I don't know. I don't remember anyone saying they want to remake that. Can I do any foreign accents? Well, mate, you know, I just don't think that accents are really my things, mate. So, I don't know. I'd have to take some acting lesson classes. And I don't know. But then I need to be all proper and be all elegant. I did be born from Britain, and I don't know. That's a poor attempt. I feel bad if I insulted anyone. I'm just making that up. What is my favorite Dragon Ball Z game? That's a good one. Budokai 3, which I think they released it on the PlayStation 3. I really want to get a copy of that. They did like an HD remaster of the first 3 Budokais, and they put it all in one package. And that's a game I definitely want to pick up one day. Do you ever get nervous around a lot of people? Not really. I don't think I get nervous. I get nervous if I need to talk to if I want to talk to a specific individual. But when I'm around other people, I typically don't talk to anyone because I'm not trying to speak. Now, if you're asking me if I have trouble speaking in front of like a large group of people, I don't think I'd have a problem with that because I've been on YouTube for so long. But that was definitely something I was dealing with when I was in high school. But I think I've overcome that. So I think I would feel very comfortable in that kind of position. Can I rub my tummy and pat my head? Oh my god. You mean like this? Might be. I don't know why people say that's hard. You just have to focus. I didn't like Hayden Christensen I didn't think that Hayden Christensen was a bad actor. No, I didn't think he was bad. I know he can act. I thought he was fine. I mean, it was a little off. Maybe not off, but like, it wasn't perfect in episode 2, but I think he absolutely got the character down in episode 3, and he's just been improving the character every time they bring him back. But I certainly didn't think so. And that's the thing. I actually didn't think that people hated the prequels. I didn't find that out until I was in high school. Like, I mean, episode 1 was... I saw episode 1 when I was 9, and I really liked it because that was the first Star Wars movie I had ever seen in theaters. I'd seen the original 3 films, and I just thought they were okay. But it was really the prequels that made me really interested in Star Wars. And then episode 2, not so much. It had a few moments. And then episode 3 is easily like one of my favorite movie experiences, and it's in my top 10 favorite movies of all time and probably most watched movies of all time. I know I've seen that film at least 60, 70, maybe 80 times. I watch at least 3 times a year. When I have free time. So, no, I certainly didn't think he was bad. There were elements in the prequels I thought were bad, but he wasn't one of them. What is What's my favorite Dragon Ball Z arc? I go with the Saiyan arc. So from the point Raditz shows up to when Vegeta leaves Earth. That's my favorite. What is my favorite lightsaber duel in the CGI Clone Wars series? I think the one that stands out to me is the one where Sidious takes on Maul and Savage Opress. I really like that one. It's nice kind of seeing Palpatine really show what he can really do. You don't like old Lara Croft? I was never a fan of old Lara Croft. I was never a fan. I think I attempted to play the third one like once or twice and I didn't like it. It really wasn't until the rebooted Survivor Lara that I became a fan of Tomb Raider. And I've only played those games. I've never even attempted to go back and play any of the prior games before that. Because that's just not my style. Do you know that Dead Rising is getting a deluxe remaster? I didn't know that, Mayboom, and I wouldn't play it because I've never played Dead Rising. It's not a game that I'm interested in. Sean, you want to know, can you do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation? No, I have too much respect for that man. I don't even want to try it. Jackie, what can I do? Mickey Mouse? No, no voices. What if Konami remakes Metal Gear Solid 4? That's highly unlikely. That would be an incredibly complicated game. And why would you go like? I'm surprised they want to start remaking 3 instead of remaking like the first one or like the original NES Metal Gear games. That would have been accepting to me. But like they start off with 3, and that always seemed very odd to me. So I don't know. G-Law, what did I like about Spider-Man 2? What didn't I like? I didn't like Miles. I didn't like playing as Miles. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the direction they were going. I could see where they were going, and I just didn't like it, and I just stopped playing. I was like, I'm not finishing this game, and I have no interest in playing the third game, which they're obviously going to do. I'm not going to play it. I will stick to the first Marvel Spider-Man game. That is the greatest Spider-Man game I've ever played. I don't need to play any more. And I think I predicted that's what was going to happen after playing Miles Morales, because I didn't like playing as Miles. He's just too powerful. He's like, when you're playing a character that powerful, a game stops being fun. I don't like playing as OP characters unless it's a character I built to be OP. Like right now, I'm replaying Doom Eternal, and Doomslayer feels as strong as he needs to be right now. But if I go back and I play like an old file from like on my PlayStation 4, where I have all his weapons upgraded and I have like all his armor pumped up because I did all these extra side missions, and now my Doomslayer, if I took him and put him in any prior level, he would feel OP. That makes sense because that's a version of the character I spent an entire game building to be OP. But I don't like playing as OP characters really from the start, and he's always felt OP to me. Joke question. Do you think you would kick T8? No, I would not. How can I wiggle my ears? No, I cannot do that. Have I ever played Epic Mickey? No, Sean, I have never played that game. Can I do the robot dance? No, I'm not a good dancer outside of DDR and Just Dance. Black Wolf, you want to know, have I wanted to try Haunted House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn? I've never heard of that game in my life. What is my favorite Star Wars quote from Jackie Boy? Favorite quote? I don't know if it's a quote, but it's like a common line. Like, I've got a bad feeling about that. I think I'd go with that, but I'm not sure if that counts as a quote. Let's see. Sean, what is my biggest problem with The Last Jedi? It's just a bad overall film. There's too many things. It just upset me. Like, I understand you don't like. There were so many fan stories of what it could have been that were way better than what we got. It was just not a good film. You keep saying you watched it and wanted to punch someone. Yeah. I saw The Force Awakens, and I wasn't impressed because it felt like a remake of A New Hope. So I went to Last Jedi, and I was so pissed off. I was like, here's here's how it is. Not sure if anyone remembers wrestling back in the day, but there was a moment where like Stone Cold Steve Austin got like humiliated by Kurt Angle, and like the next week on I believe SmackDown, he was like so pissed off. He says, "I just gotta whip somebody's ass. Like the first person to come through that door, I'm just gonna wreck." And that's literally how I felt. It was just like, look, I am so fucking pissed off. I just want to punch the closest person to me, and it just happened to be like a 9-year-old child. And I think that if I could have gotten away with it, I would have done it. Like if I didn't go to jail, like if I just gotta like, I'm sorry kid, but I gotta like beat you up for like 30 seconds, and your parents can't sue me or send me to jail, I might actually do it. Like that's how I felt. But I just had to get out of there. I like Savage as a duelist. He might be a bull in a china shop, but he's still a bull that knows what he's doing. To some point, he's very simple, but very barbaric. But he's not like a Malgus or a Vader. He's more of like, yeah, he's like a bull. So yeah, I'd say that's a good comparison. Do I have a DVD Blu-ray collection? Yes, I do, and I've done a video about that. And I don't think it's really increased all that much since the last time I did that. Daniel, if lightsabers were real, would I learn how to use them? And wait, what? If lightsabers were real, would you learn how to use them and you Sith or Jedi? Yeah, this is like one of those questions where it's like, I think you're missing a couple words to make that sense. I think you're asking, if lightsabers were real, would you learn how to use them? And if you could, would you be a Jedi or a Sith? I did a video like this a number of years ago. Probably Sith. And, you know, you can learn lightsaber fighting forms without needing to know the Force. I mean, they are a thing that people do practice. So that's the direction I would go. Joke question. Do I think I could kick Big Boss's ass? No, I can't. The reason they started with Metal Gear Solid 3 is because it's the first game chronologically. You would think that, but most people haven't even But here's the thing. When did we start caring about playing games in chronological order? Like, when did we start doing that? Because if you're going to do that, does that mean the next game they want to remake is what? It would be technically Portable Ops, and then Peacemaker, and then technically 5, which I don't acknowledge, and then you've got the 2 Metal Gear games, and then you got Metal Gear 1, then you got Metal Gear 2, and then there's Metal Gear Solid 4. So that didn't make any sense to me, because most people, if you are a Metal Gear fan, the mass majority of us, when it really started getting popular, played Metal Gear Solid 1. We missed the first 2 Metal Gear games. So it would have made more sense to remake that one first, then go on to 2, then go into 3, then go into 4. Because no one plays Metal Gear in chronological order. You just play them in the game the numerically order. So you would play 1, 2, play the prequel in 3, then play 4. And 3 and 4 are at the complete opposite sides of the story. 3 is at the beginning, and 4 is at the end. And you have all these games in between. So remaking them in chronological order just doesn't make any sense. Hey, what's up, Winter Goes? How you doing? You can only pick one. Force heal or force speed or telekinesis. Ooh, well, don't need force heal because I can just go to the doctor. I'd probably force speed. I don't really do much that needs me to be super fast, so I'd probably go with telekinesis. Being able to move things would be very, very useful. Can you try to explain the plot of Kingdom Hearts? No one can understand the plot of Kingdom Hearts. No one can. Even people who claim that they know don't know. They don't know. They are lying. Like, if you need an explanation video in order to understand a plot that's supposed to be directed towards children and has been going on for 20 plus years, no one knows. No one understands Kingdom Hearts. Nobody. I challenge anyone to try to explain it to it in a way that a child can understand, because it's supposed to be for kids, and they haven't even gotten that right. Can I explain the plot? Who's my favorite Obi-Wan Kenobi one-liner? I guess hello there. That's a classic one. Was the Acolyte really that bad? Well, I've only seen 3 episodes and I stopped. Like, I mean, that's the thing that I like more than these other YouTubers is that, like, when I say I'm done watching this and I'm not gonna watch it, I'm actually not watching it. So I don't know what has happened in 4 and 5. Yet these YouTubers that are ranting keep watching it. Like if you keep watching something you know is not good, it means you either are a liar or you're secretly enjoying it. Like if you don't like something, stop watching it. So I've only seen 3 episodes. That was it for me. I'm not gonna watch another episode. I don't need to. Like these YouTubers keep watching it. Like how many times can you say, "Oh my God, episode 4 was bad. Oh my God, episode 5 was bad. Oh my God, episode 6 was bad. Oh my God." Like you don't have to watch an entire show in order to have the right to say it's bad. Trust me. 3 episodes in, I was officially done, and so I can't say past episode 3. Okay, you're not talking to me. No, it's cool, Daniel. It's cool. How often do I go to the barbers? I do not go to the barbers. I cut my own hair. In fact, I cut my hair like 2 days ago. So I don't think I've ever actually been to a barber. I don't like with my hair loss. There's nothing a barber could do. So there's no point. Vamp, I do remember people saying that they played Metal Gear Solid 3 in chronological order, but not with the first playthrough. Yeah, that's typically it. Like, I could play it in chronological order now, but like, as the games were being released, I wasn't playing them in chronological order. Cerberus, which games am I currently playing on PlayStation 5? Well, right now I'm just replaying Doom Eternal. I got done with Doom. And right now I'm just playing through Doom Eternal. And I also picked up let's see. I don't know, I probably put it away. I had to get a new copy of Dead Space 2 on PlayStation 3 because I lost my copy. So I had to buy a new copy on eBay. And I've been replaying that on my PlayStation 3 on my screen right here. So I really, because we don't have it, like, I think the next game is like Assassin's Creed, so that doesn't come out till November. So like, I just go back and replay some really good games just to buy my time, or to work on video ideas. But I didn't get any of for the past week, and so that's typically what I do. Boda, which elemental power would I like to possess? Fire, ice, water, air, lightning, or earth? Don't need fire. Fire is a little too destructive. I don't need ice. I live in a desert. What the hell am I going to do with ice? Water might be useful, but I don't spend enough time in water. I mean, I live in an oasis, so there's plenty of water that I can buy. Air could be interesting. Lightning, I mean, what do I need lightning for? Or earth? I'm leaning more towards air, because I think I could do a little bit more of air. The other elements, I'm like, where I'm living, I can't do anything with any of those things. Have I seen X-Men 97? Yes, Super Gaming. I have seen it, and it was excellent. Surprisingly, it was surprisingly good. Winter goes. How am I doing? How's my day going? It's just been kind of slow. Haven't filmed anything in 3 days, trying to come up with ideas. I'm currently running a series of promotions for a couple of key videos. Right now, and that's helping the channel a bit. So, that's about it. You prefer playing games in chronological order? It makes it easier to understand. Yeah, that'd be nice. Ever played the original Doom? Yes, I have played the original Doom. I've never played Doom 2, and I really want to play Doom 3, but I don't have a copy. But yeah, I have played and beaten the original Doom. Did I hear that the trailer for Sonic the Movie 3 might release next month? Heck, if it does, I'll be sure to do a reaction video for it, sure. If a game series doesn't follow a certain storyline, such as Final Fantasy or Persona, that doesn't follow the game chronologically. No, yeah. If it's not if the games don't connect, you don't have to play the games in chronological order. Like, so something like Final Fantasy, you don't have to play one all the way to the newest one. You can play them whichever game interests you the most. It doesn't really matter. They're each one's their own individual story, which is like one of the best factors of a Final Fantasy. You don't there's no right way to play them. It's just pick a game that looks interesting to you and start playing it. And then you can jump around to whatever game you want to play next. You don't have to play like the newest one. And I think I'm all caught up on questions, which that is good. And there's 10 of you here. That is great. This is definitely a much better stream than last week. And believe it or not, if you want to give that game a try, go ahead. Look, just because I hate that game doesn't mean other people won't. I mean, to my surprise, it does have fans. So, heck, just because I hate it doesn't mean you won't. Maybe you'll play it and you'll enjoy it. Like, if you know nothing about Final Fantasy and that's your introduction, you might have fun with it, but that's because you don't know any better. Or Type 0. I actually have a copy of Type 0, but I only got that to play the 15 demo. And that was about it. I think I played a little bit of that game, but I never went back to it. Outside of Yu-Gi-Oh!, do I play any other card games? No. And to believe it or not, I actually haven't played analog Yu-Gi-Oh! In a long time. Number of years. So I spend a lot of that time just playing Master Duel or some of the alternate Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games. Why don't I hate Type 0 the same level? Well, I didn't really play it. I don't know much about it. I only played a little bit. I don't hate it. I mean 13 and 7, Remake 7, those are personal. I mean, I only picked up Type 0 because I wanted to play the 15 demo. I mean, so I tried it out for like maybe an hour or two, and then I never went back to the game again. I don't know. I was disappointed with 7 Remake, so I'm not about to take that chance. That's fine. But I remember you calling Type 0 trash. I don't remember. I mean, maybe I said that, but I don't remember saying I hated the game. I don't think it was trash. I don't think I ever talked about it. I mean, again, I only played the game like once, and it was a port game. It was a PSP port, so I didn't really expect much of it. And it's really dry. No, I don't get any hate comments. I think I shut the comments for that video off. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Pretty sure the comments for that were shut off. Yeah. I shut the comments off for that one, so I don't get any comments for that video. I shut it off, and I don't feel like turning them back on. Good game, played a horrible story, doesn't explain what's going on. You know, that's a lot of games. Do you think the remake? Oh my lord. Someone type in another question. I don't even want to think about that. That's horrible. Just the idea frightens me. I can't even read that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vamp. I won't even read that question. Someone type in something else. Okay. Yeah. I go back and watch my older matchups too. I think I recently rewatched. I watched Korra versus Liara again recently, maybe like a couple days ago, and that's kind of getting me. And I just kind of wanted to compare that Mass Effect matchup to another Mass Effect matchup that I've already worked on. I just wanted to make sure elements were the same, and it actually holds up pretty well. What is my second favorite color? Blue. Green is 1, blue is 2, which is ironic because I don't like Xbox, and Xbox's main color is green, and PlayStation's primary color is blue. That is so ironic. Cloud or... Another time, buddy. Little spoiler. Another time. Don't want to talk about that just yet. But that's a spoiler. That's all. Think a live action. Oh, good God. No, let's get away from Resident Evil. They've already tried that. They tried that for years. Let's get away from that. That's already done enough. We don't need any more. After Dissidia NT and 7 remake, I was kind of done with Square. That's understandable. You know, it's always hit and miss for a lot of people. Boda. Whenever I see the colors green and blue together, I think Drake and Josh. Oh, that's a good comparison. I missed that show. Too bad it's things weren't as great behind the camera as they were in front. Like I learned quite a bit. Red Guilty. Do you hear that Rooster Teeth shut down the company that's owned Death Battle? I don't care. I haven't watched a Death Battle in so long. I don't know what they've done. If they shut Death Battle down or if it keeps going, I don't care. I don't watch Death Battle anymore. There's no point. I stopped watching years ago, so I don't know what they've done since I stopped watching. But heck, I really don't care. If I had to cram 2 video games or wait, what? If I 2 games or 2 movies into one crossover, what would it be? Oh, that's easy. I would cross Mortal Kombat with Street Fighter, and I would cross. I don't know. I'd cross DC and Marvel. I don't know. Movie wise, I mean, that's what I'd do. Do I think Square Enix fell off? I don't think it fell off, but it's stumbled a few times. I don't think it's fallen off because I think they've done a fantastic job with 16. I thought 16 was a fantastic game. Not perfect, but fantastic. Have I ever owned a GameCube? No, I have never owned a GameCube. I've owned a Nintendo 64, skipped the GameCube, had a Wii for like maybe a few months, and then I just gave it away because I think I've told this story before. I bought that game strictly to play one video game, and then they just released it on the PlayStation like 4 to 6 months later, and it was an HD. So I was just like, I just got a Wii for no damn reason. Well, Death Battle isn't dead. They're working to find a way to keep it going. Well, good for them. You know, I'm not gonna watch it. If you never owned a GameCube, how did I play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles? I played like kind of like an odd port. It was never on GameCube. I had a friend who could port games off of certain consoles and play them on an emulator. So it's kind of how I was able to play like a lot of Super Nintendo games. Like I'm not sure if you guys remember these, but back in the 90s there was like a lot of programs that are really, really good with emulators. And there were emulators for like everything. I mean, right now they got like consoles that have emulator ports on them. And one of my favorites was one called ZSNES. And thanks to that, it allowed me to play like a lot of games. So like something like this allowed me to play, it's hard to see. This is how I played like a lot of the Super NES games or Sega games that my parents never got me, and they make emulators for that. So that's how I was able to play a lot of GameCube games. So that's how I played like, Rogue Squadron. I think it's like Leader or something like that. But it was on the GameCube. Like that's how I played like a lot of GameCube games. Like it was years later. This was like years later. This was like way after college. But that's how like a lot of people play them. They don't play them direct from the consoles anymore. They play them on emulators. hyped. I've ever been considering getting a PlayStation 5 for my next birthday. Heck, if you want to get PlayStation 5, go ahead. I think they've probably stopped production for PlayStation 4 games by now. Like, it's interesting. Like I would say in another year, like I would say by now, they've probably stopped making PlayStation 4 games. So I would say like in the next year or two, like PlayStation's got to get some really solid hits to convert all these PlayStation 4 players to PlayStation 5. Like, I think PlayStation 5 has done really well so far, but, like, we need to start really pushing on getting people to get a PlayStation 5. Want to know what the Red 9 and Matilda have in common? What? I would think maybe they have stocks, but like Red Nine's got a stock. Uh, the TMP has a stock. I think those are the only games that have stocks. So, what is it? Which game do I want to see ported to PlayStation 5? Oh, that list is too long. Like maybe not port it, but like if I could play it, like something like some of the older God of War games. I'd love to play those on PlayStation 5. Just make it simpler. To be able to condense and like re-record it. It would make reviewing a lot of these retro games a lot easier. Will I ever live stream Chrono Trigger? Probably not. But I have played Chrono Trigger. I don't think anyone would watch me stream a game of Chrono Trigger. There are better YouTubers than me that they could do that. You're too broke to get a PlayStation 5? That's a lot of people, but I'm sure you'll get there. So did you hear that Star Wars Clone Wars being on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is cheap? I'm not... What do you mean? I already have... even if it is, I already have that game on PlayStation 2, so I don't... Even if it is, I don't need to replay it. Like, my PlayStation 2 is all hooked up. Like, it's got a converter that allows it to convert the 3 primary colors to HDMI, and that's connected to my TV. And that's how I've been playing a lot of my PlayStation 2 games. I've been trying to rebuild my collection for a bit. And we are all caught up on questions. All right, and there's 11 of you. Great. And we got 16 minutes left, so this stream's actually gone by pretty fast. And yes, there is a mystery stream, but it's not really a mystery. It's just, we're just going to go into Doom Eternal, because that's what I would have done last week, but I didn't think anyone would show up, so that's what it is. Christmas or Halloween? Like, which one do I like? Which one do I celebrate? Because I don't do either one, really. Like, I guess Christmas, but, like, it's not, like, my favorite. Like, I don't expect anything. I get things for other people, but, like, Halloween, I haven't dressed or celebrated Halloween in, like, 20 years. I think, like, the last time I celebrated Halloween, I was 12 or 13. And I know that because the last thing I ever dressed up as was Jango Fett from episode 2. So it had to have come out, so I'm assuming I was 12. Because I think episode came out in the summer of 2002, and then my birthday is in September, and then Halloween's after that. So I would have been 12. So 12. So yeah, 20 about 21 years since I've even celebrated Halloween. I don't even do trick or treaters anymore. I don't stay home and give out candy. I haven't even done that. What is my favorite villain group in all of gaming? Villain group. I don't know any villain group that I like that much. I mean, maybe the Cobras, maybe? Maybe Foxhound? I don't know. The stocks on both Ret 9 and Matilda are also hoisters. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. So do you think Wesker would be easy? I don't know. That I don't want to think about that. I don't like mixing franchises. I don't know. There's too many factors to think about. You haven't celebrated Halloween in like 7 years. The only 2 holidays I celebrate now are Christmas and New Year's. Damn, I haven't even done New Year's. I'm usually working during New Year's, and I'm in the back of my bowling alley. So I haven't done that in a long time too. Surprisingly, I found out that I actually am not working this 4th of July, which is interesting. Like, I think this is like, I can't remember the last time I didn't work 4th of July. So I'm on the fence if I want to do fireworks or not, because it's definitely the first time in a long time I've had the chance. So you don't really care about celebrating Halloween. I just love the vibe. You know, there's some people like that. There's some people like, there's like a lot of members of my close relatives that think it's a devil holiday, and if people who celebrate it like worship the devil, and I think that's just kind of ridiculous. But there are people like that. You usually chill out and hang out with family on New Year's. Yeah, I wish I could do that more. Nobody else? You still got 13 minutes left. You're thinking. It's like, I'm thinking. The last time I celebrated the 4th of July was back in 2013. Damn, that's a long time, man. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. Like the last time I know I did fireworks was so long ago. I know I did them with my dad, so that's, I don't know if that my parents were divorced back then, so it's been quite a long time. You think this broke Star Wars canon? Oh dear, let's not talk about that shit. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about it. It's bad enough. Yes, I'm 30 years old. It's that long. Damn. Canon doesn't matter to Disney Star Wars anymore. They just make things up as they go. They don't care anymore. Do I still talk to 2 people from my friends group? What do you mean? I talk to a lot of people. Like, what do you mean? Like, talk to 2 people from... Like, what friends group are you talking about? Like, I still got friends I talk to regularly, all the time. So, what are my plans for later today? Well, first, I'm going to stream Doom Eternal for an hour after this. Then I was going to go to Player One for maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half. Then I was going to come home, wash my clothes, and then I was going to go to the gym at like 11 and work out for like maybe an hour, hour and a half. Get a good workout in. Get back home at 12:30 tomorrow. And then stay up for like a good maybe hour. Just work on a few little things. And then I was going to go to bed at 2. Because I don't have to go to work tomorrow till 10. But I wake up usually at 8. So I'm going to get like, when I go to bed at 2, I'll get like 6, sometimes 6.5 hours of sleep. And that's usually enough to get me through the day. Oh, my comment didn't go through. What was your comment? Do you still think you could attend EVO Mortal Kombat tournament? Do I think I can? Why would I? I don't watch or play Mortal Kombat, competitively. I mean, I just play it just for fun. I'm kidding. The stock's on. Okay. When did Mortal Kombat fall off for you? It didn't really fall. Well, not really fall off. It's just like, I don't think it fell off because I kept playing. So like, I played 1, I played 2, I played 3. I didn't play 4 much. Deadly Alliance was good. Deception was good. Armageddon was a little underwhelming. You could say Marvel versus DC, but that was always a weird experiment. And then they rebooted it with 9, and then 10, 11, 12, and 11, and then 1 are good. So I think if you want to say when did it fall, when did it fall off, maybe MK and DC, but like I still own it. So I don't think I ever stopped playing. It just, you know. You were talking about how everyone from my friends group in high school. Oh, you mean people from high school? I think I only talk or see one person from high school. Yeah. Yeah, out of all the friends I had in high school, I think I only have one. And I get a chance to see her once, maybe twice a year if I'm lucky. So, yeah. So, yeah, friends group, yeah, not many. My next film to see in theaters is A Quiet Place Day One. Well, I hope you have fun with that. Vamp, the thing I remember the most about Deadly Alliance was the music video. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And we got 8 more minutes left. And then if you actually were able to find it in the crypt, they actually kept the music video in the game itself. So that was always a cool element. I liked how Deadly Alliance handled the crypt. You guys still thinking? Only 7 more minutes till we jump into Doom. Hopefully the stream will be, it'll be solid. Resident Evil is a very weird place. Some people might say so. Some people don't think there's a problem at all. But, every franchise goes through that every once in a while. Still, I wonder what we could see in the new Marvel vs. Capcom game. Who knows? I mean, I won't be playing it. I'm not a fan, so I can't say. I think there's a solid chance that you'll hit... Oh, no question, dude. No question. I know I'll hit 90K probably in 3 or 4 months. I still have 6 more months to the end of the year, so I'm pretty sure I'll hit it before then. And then all I do is hope that I get a big enough head start to go into next year when I think I'll hit 100K. I think it's possible. I don't know what they want to do next year. Who knows? I don't know what else to say, but when's your next video? I don't have any ideas. I sent out a request in the community section for ideas. I didn't want to do. I don't want to do more. I want to do other videos besides rankings. So I was hoping for ideas of reactions or discussions or good discussions. Like I like doing rankings, but it's nice to balance between reviews, rankings, and reactions. It's nice to get a good balance of that. So I don't know, maybe in the next week or two I'll start doing some retro reviews because I really don't have anything new to play until Assassin's Creed. 2025 is gonna be a big year for gaming. But this year so far, I've pretty much have reviewed and played the majority of games that I would have played, and it's only 3. So yeah. Who was written better, Shay or Edward? I say Edward was written a little bit better. You stopped caring about Mortal Kombat ever since Mortal Kombat 1. I'm sorry about that. I still like it. This may sound very odd, but do you think Finding Nemo and The Incredibles should have bloopers as well? Maybe they do, and they just haven't released them. Who knows? I mean, I like those films. Ever thought about doing a much bigger, more ambitious video? Well, what do you have in mind? What's ambitious? Are you talking ambitious or controversial? Because there is a difference. What do you have in mind? If you've got an idea, post it in the community section and, heck, we'll see what we can do. So you could react to something like Reigns serious. I mean, if he wants that, I don't mind. I mean, I don't think he's done a matchup in a little bit in a while. There hasn't been as many games this year as I'm the same way. No, that Zerbus, that's exactly my mindset. This year has been very, very lackluster. So I've been just going back and playing games that I know won't take me too long to play, but are like really, really fun to play. Like something like Doom. I could beat that like in 2 days. Like Doom Eternal, 3 or 4 days depending on my work schedule. Dead Space, I might get through that in like 3 days, depending on the work schedule. So like stuff like that. So like not RPGs that I know take like 40 to 60 hours to beat. So like yeah, I'm just I remember rewatching Finding Nemo as an adult and realized how dark it was. Oh yeah, I know the feeling. You go back and you watch Toy Story, and that one sticks to you because each one of those is like a clear message of an important message I took from that period of my life. And we got about 3 more minutes. How about doing retrospective gaming franchises I love? Maybe, but that might take a little bit too long to put together. That sounds like a very complex and long video to make. And the thing about me personally is that if I'm gonna make like a long video like that, like it has to get a lot of attention. Like I'm not gonna make like a 50-minute video, which I've done that a couple times. Like hardly anyone sees. Like when you do something like that, that gets to you. Luckily, all of my really, really, really long videos have been successful. Those are primary versus matchups, but like something like that would take a while. And I feel like for the franchises I would do, someone's already done it, and probably done it better than I would have. So there'd be no need to do it. Toys have feelings too. Maybe in the world of Toy Story. Am I monetized on Twitch? People stopped watching me on Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while. Like, and every time I tried, like, nobody showed up. It seemed like everyone, like, it was like, if you're gonna stream, do it on YouTube because that's where your audience was. Even though the whole point of going back to Twitch was to try to build an audience on Twitch. Like, that was the point. And, like, nobody really showed up. Like, even when I was doing, like, 2 times a week. Like, you want to be consistent. So I would stream 2 times a week on Twitch for like 2 hours, and like no one would show up. And then I would do like 1 stream on YouTube for my YouTube audience. But like that's what it really came down to. Because ever since Hanzo Hasashi was not going to be, I don't think that's a bad thing though, because you don't know when he might show. Like technically Hanzo's in the game. Like you do realize that the cameo Scorpion is Hanzo. Like. And the cameo Sub-Zero, I believe, is a version of it's not just like a regular person. It's like an alternate version of a character. So to say Hanzo's not Scorpion anymore, I don't think that's entirely accurate, because even in some of the endings they acknowledge that there's versions out there where Hanzo is Scorpion. So if you actually were to watch the ending where it has all those like god versions, like the Titan versions of these characters, if you see Scorpion there, that's technically Hanzo Hasashi as Titan Scorpion. So you can't say that he's not Scorpion anymore, because he technically is still. It's just the one that's in Liu Kang's realm is not that. And dude, if you saw the ending to that Scorpion, you would see that they are training Hanzo Hasashi. Like, he's in the game, so. You think you would want someone like Ty from, probably not. If I were in a Pixar movie, would I want to be in Toy Story? But yeah, probably Toy Story. That might be fun. Okay, that's 5:30, so I'm going to cut it there. Thank all of you guys for making this a much better stream. I'm going to hop right into Doom Eternal like 5 minutes just to get everything set up. If I see you there, feel free to stop by and say hi. If you're not, that's fine. And we'll be sure to do another video same time next week, and hopefully I'll get some really good filming ideas between now and then. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see some of you in a few minutes. So I'll see you guys then.